As part of this series of exploring AI, in this video I wanted to look at Photoshop's Generative Fill. So on the Design Lab website, I've recently uploaded one of our old tutorials about generating a last for footwear students. However, when I go to the home page, you'll note that the image is actually cropped. So what happened is the original image is a 16:9 aspect ratio for videos. However, the frame is a 4:3 frame, and it leaves this little ugly gap. So one of the things I thought I'd do is throw that screen grab into Photoshop, put it on a 4:3 background, and then use Generative Fill to see how it fills the gaps. So within Photoshop, I've got a 4:3 screen set up. It is my background, and what I'm just going to do is drag and drop that image into frame. That's centralized, that's in frame, we're happy. So I've loaded my image and I've got it set as a new layer. So what I'm just going to go and do is grab the square marquee tool, I'm going to drag a box, and it's going to offer me the option to generatively fill this space. I'm going to click on generatively fill, and it's going to say, what would you like to fill this box with? In this case, I'm going to say, expand the photo. It's going to do a quick bit of processing, and we'll see what comes back. The reason I wanted to try this is I thought it might be a bit of a challenge, because on this background you'll see there's a grid, because I've done it on a cutting mat. Now, in the first instance, it's given me something. I'm not quite sure what that is. So let's scroll through. Number 2, it's a bit better. It's cut the edge off, but I'm still not quite happy. Number 3, actually, I'll take that. The wood grain's in a bit of an odd direction. However, it's kept the lines going. It's got the cutting mat going. I'm fairly happy with that for a thumbnail. Nobody else is going to notice, but happy. The next thing I'm going to do is the exact same process, but at the bottom of the page. And I think this will be much harder. So what I'll do again, draw my box starting off the canvas, and I'm just going to move this screen for 1 second, because what I'd love to talk about is these elements down here. I have the bottom of a craft knife, I have the bottom of a pen, I have some torn up paper, and I have a seam ripper. So that might not actually be paper, that might be bits of lacing from when I've taken apart a shoe. So again, I'm going to have expand the photo. So let's click in my dialog box. And I'm going to ask it to generate. Now, this may or may not work. As you'll see, it's taking a little more processing time, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not sure what it's doing with the bottom of the knife, but the seam ripper looks great. And to be honest with you, most AI models struggle with text, so that's quite hilarious. However, let's see what number 2 is. Number 2, possibly a slightly better knife, same weird text, set of maybe tweezers. Number 3, just some random paper clips, and my pen appears to have been melted. Of the 3, I'm actually happiest again with the second iteration, so I'm going to click off it, go back to move, and I'm going to call that good for my image. Now, I could flatten the layers down, but actually what I'm just going to do is export that out, so save a copy as a JPEG, update it, and I'm quite happy with that. So honestly, the next time you look at the website, what you'll see in the thumbnail is this AI generated image. If for any reason you weren't happy with the image that it generates, what you can do is add a different prompt, add a more complete prompt to see if you can change it. However, for what is a quick job for a thumbnail, I think that's done a pretty excellent job.